Joining me right now is former New York Lieutenant Governor Betsy McCaughey and Fox News contributor Richard Fowler. Good to see you both. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good to be here, Miriam.
Fox News poll shows Hillary Clinton leads now by 7 points, 7% among likely voters. This poll coming after the leaked videotape. Democrats are having a field day with this issue, and voters seem to be taking it to heart. It is having an impact. Betsy, your thoughts?
My thoughts are that the American people deserve a fair election. And Donald Trump has denied the allegations. In this country, everyone gets a fair trial. They're innocent until proven guilty. But unfortunately, when the major media run the story on the front page of the New York Times and then run it continuously on your competitors' cable news networks, continuously, that's predetermining Donald Trump's defeat without a fair trial. That's what's really troubling me. In one case, it's an accusation by a woman that she was groped on a plane, and neither CNN nor the New York Times has been able to confirm that Donald Trump and this woman were ever on a plane together. So to put it on the front page of the Times, it makes me wonder. For example, I look back at how many young men have been thrown off college campuses accused of sexual assault, and then it later turned out they weren't. Or the Duke lacrosse players, or UVA, or Tawana Brawley. So all I'm saying is, let's wait for the truth to come out.
But don't you think accusations against the presidential candidate, I mean, that's news.
It is definitely
She gave an
news.
interview.
They must
said,
be
you think she's
reported.
lying?
Pardon me?
Well, is she lying? I mean, you said
I have no idea, and I would never accuse her of lying. I am not going to attack
You just say
this lady.
we want to
I'm saying that in our system of government, we try to get at the truth, and we just moderate things until that point. So let's try to be fair.
Well, I mean, Trump is threatening to sue Richard. He wants to sue the New York Times for these allegations of sexual assault against him. You're laughing. The publication is saying, bring it on. The New York Times attorney released this statement, and he says, we publish newsworthy information about a subject of deep public concern. If Mr. Trump disagrees, we welcome the opportunity to have a court set him straight. Is Trump doing more hurt than good by suggesting he will sue the New York Times? What does this suit add to this?
I'm laughing at this frivolous threat made by Donald Trump. And to answer Betsy's question, I completely agree with you. I think there are times where there's false accusations of rape or assault. But what makes this more damning for Donald Trump is that video where he is on the plane, he's on the bus talking to Billy Bush about what he's done to women, what he likes to do to women. That is what makes this so problematic. And because Donald Trump has not answered this video, the multiple times he's been asked to answer this video, that is what's created this sort of firestorm for his campaign. This campaign is off the rails.
He did answer it. He apologized, right? He said, I'm embarrassed by it, and it was a long time ago, and I'm sorry. He did say all of that. I mean, he's not answering.
No, but he's not answering. But here's the thing: this is why all these cases now have some sort of might have some truth to them. There might like people say, where there's smoke, there's fire, Maria. And so you have this video, right? You have a couple of pageant folks coming out talking about how he's been in dressing rooms. He admits that he's been in dressing rooms. There's the Howard Stern interview. This is a slippery slope here.
Most of those
Even
things
Ivania Trump, his former wife,
walking into a dressing room saying something on Howard
No, wait a minute, Betsy.
Sexual assault.
You make a good point, Richard. I mean, go ahead.
But people are, particularly women who are on the fence about Donald Trump, are less likely to make excuses for him, period, because of the way he's talked about women for a really long period of time. I warned people when he declared his candidacy, look at how he's talked about women and the name calling, what he did to Megyn Kelly all those months. He literally, it was over and over and over again. And to this point, politically, from a campaign perspective, listening to the clips from the rally yesterday, one of his big problems is now he spends roughly half that one of the rallies talking about the New York Times, talking about these allegations, and say we have evidence that these allegations are false. He's literally spending his rallies talking about that. Instead, as Maria has brought up since the campaign started last year, the issues, the things that should matter to voters.
You are so right. And in fact, even this week when WikiLeaks came out, and Mrs. Clinton was quoted as saying she wanted a single hemisphere common market, open borders, open trade, and I thought this will kill employment in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, because we've already seen in the last year jobs held by foreign-born workers up 5%, jobs held by Americans up only 1%. So there's a lot of job displacement going on, foreign workers taking American jobs.
Yeah.
This is something people should be really concerned about.
I think trade is what works in the economy, and I think that would probably help us.